Everyone on Not a Straight Line Live, this is your Act 1 beginner's call. Beginners to the stage, please. Act 1 beginners.
Well, dear listener, after yesterday's statement of intent, and if you want to know what I'm talking about and you've not heard yesterday's episode, then just have a quick listen to that. It would seem that I'm getting ever clearer about who these daily episodes are for. Well, I mean, primarily these daily episodes are for me. It is a purely selfish endeavor for me to engage with my thoughts on a consistent, regular basis in order for me to be, do, and have the life that I want. That's ultimately the purpose. But as I've been doing it, and as I am doing it, and that is engaging with my thoughts on a regular and consistent basis, it's getting ever clearer to me who I'm talking to. You, dear listener. And I want to talk to you. Well, I want to talk to the artist in you. I want to talk to the frustrated creative in you. That part of you which, when you are getting to the end of a long day at work, you wish that you had more time to be able to express that side of you. Maybe you painted when you were younger. Maybe you danced. Maybe you loved acting. Maybe you were a writer. And maybe you sketched. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, how many different ways are there to express one's inner artist? And if you're anything like me, as you grew older, that part of you became less and less. I have found myself in the fortunate, well, I haven't found myself, I have engineered, don't know if that's the right word, I have certainly been very deliberate and conscious about creating this reality where this time last year, I was moving luxury vehicles around the UK. I was moving British gas vans around the UK. I was going to post office depots and picking up dilapidated post office vans and taking them to auction. I basically had a full-time driving job. But I knew that there was an artist in me who at 21 years old, 22 years old, was sat on the top deck of a bus wondering what his life would be like if he went to drama school. But I knew that I was only going to be able to get back to that if something changed. If nothing changes, nothing changes, right? So what I did was I took the deliberate step of moving down to 4 days driving a week. So I lost a day's driving income in order to create the space for something else to happen. And I'll document more fully at some point in time what did happen, but that led to the Not a Straight Line podcast, interviewing guests or having conversations with guests on a weekly basis, which led to Activate Your Podcast, which led to. But everything comes down to that decision to create space for something else to fill. My wife and laughs whenever I say, okay, I love quotes. A lot of people love quotes. I love quotes. And if you ask my wife what's Pete's favourite quote, one of the ones that she'll probably give you, two or three, but one of the ones that she'll probably give you is nature abhors a vacuum. It's originally from Aristotle. I don't know what the Latin or Greek is or whatever he spoke. But nature abhors a vacuum. And that's what happened last April. I created space, a vacuum, if you like, and it got filled with things that are moving me closer to the life I want to be, do, and have. And I'm seeing it play out in real time now with Anne, my wife. So she's been doing incredible work, one-to-one work as a online business manager for her clients for the last maybe 12, 13, 14 years, maybe. And she is an artist. She is an incredibly gifted painter. And she wants more of that in her life. And that is never going to happen working all the hours God sends, one-to-one with her clients. So a few weeks ago, she decided to take Fridays off. She's created space. And once she decided to do that, an opportunity came along for her to enroll in a program called One-to-Many. Now, it's important to remember that the decision to take the day off a week came before the opportunity to join the One-to-Many program. So, Anne took a bet on herself. She invested more in that program than she's ever invested in anything before, a little bit like me investing in Izzy, private coaching with Izzy last year. Anne's done a similar thing with this One-to-Many program, and she's absolutely flying with it. And guess what else she's doing on the Fridays that she's not doing one-to-one work with her one-to-one clients? Yeah, she's drawing. She's painting digitally on her iPad with Procreate, but she's getting back to that artist in her. So all that to say, dear listener, is that if there is a part of you, an artistic, creative part of you, which is not being expressed in the fullest way that you wanted to, then if you want that to change, then what's got to change is you got to create some space for it. Somehow, somewhere, there's got to be space. And this is a theme and a message that has come out in so many of the conversations I've had with my guests for the Not a Straight Line, that on reflection, it was when space was either deliberately created or appeared in their life, they either had an accident and they were convalescing, or other things happened which almost forced them in a way to create space. That was the turning point. That was the time that things started to change for them. So, yeah, just take this as encouragement that you can be, do, and have what you want. It doesn't happen by accident. Be deliberate, be conscious. Make sure you are tapping into your subconscious as well, consciously tapping into your subconscious. Again, you've got to create space and time for that. But you can do it. And I don't know who it was said that, people drastically underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years and overestimate what they can achieve in 1 year. I don't know whether that's the right way around, but I'll tell you now, I never thought in a million years that a simple act of stopping driving for 1 day a week, moving down to 4 days a week, could be the thing that created the life that I'm living now. Getting recall auditions and doing a self-tape a day, and I'll talk more about that in another episode, I'm sure, that daily practice. But create the space, dear listener. You've got this, and I'm here to support you. Love you. Have a great weekend. Bye.